So, how do you know what content to post? Hi, weird thing to ask in the first few seconds of a video, but I have a very good reason. My name is... but just call me Tara. Nice to meet you. Now back to the question. How do you know what to post? I'm asking because I want to share my content with people, and sure, you could say, it's the internet, just post whatever, someone will probably watch it, but that's the problem. See, I have whatever right here. I have so many ideas, drawings, unfinished projects, characters, world, and random concepts living rent-free in my head. Creating things for myself has never really been the issue. I have always made stuff for myself, and I love that. But I have been waiting to post original content for a while now, and I have tried. This is probably my 5th attempt. I know the usual advice is to just keep posting, to keep making things, to slowly build an audience, and I get that, but every time I try, I run into the same problem. I don't have a clear direction. I start with one idea, then switch to another because my brain tells me that no one will like it, then jump to another, and before I know it, I have a bunch of unfinished projects and no idea on what to focus on. So you can see my 4th attempt right here. That video took me around half a year to make, not because it needed that much time, but because I kept putting it off. Every time I made progress, I got cold feet, started overthinking, backtracked, and convinced myself I needed to change something. Now I'm here trying to ask the question, how do you know what content to post? Or better yet, what do you want to see? Because I could make videos about books. I recently started reading again, and I also discovered BookTok, and it was informative, and I found out the romantasy tropes are not that different from manga ones. A friend of mine lent me a Akuter at the time, and I am having a blast reading it, actually. I even adopted Fairu as my cat. I think she's silly. And that gave me the idea to make videos where I overanalyze books from the perspective of a psychologist who is also a history enthusiast. Another idea I had was making vlogs about the book I'm trying to write. I have a lot of story ideas, and I knew that if I actually wanted to finish something, I had to pick one and stick to it. So out of the Vikings, pirates, and dungeon crawler stories, I chose the one about a paranormal investigator who gets tricked by a fairy into removing his curses. It's a romantasy story actually. I like romance and fantasy, what can I say. I even bought
Jed Hearn's
book about crafting my own story. This was the very first thing I have ever bought from Amazon, and it has been genuinely a huge help. Or I could show you the many concepts of world building, magic systems, and fantasy languages I have created over the past few years. Some of them are for my stories, some others are just for fun. Right now, my romantasy story has 3 magic systems. One for humans, one for fairies, and one for yokai or paranormal. I am still working on the name. Or maybe I could talk about classic literature. I have an unfinished script about the history of Romeo and Juliet. Turns out Shakespeare did not invent the story. I found about 6 different versions from 3 centuries before he wrote it. In one of them, Romeo attends the Capulet party dressed as a woman. In another, Juliet or Gianozza dresses as a man to travel from Siena, not Verona, all the way to Greece so she can be with an exiled Romeo or Mariotto. And in an even older version, they actually survive. Shocking, I know. So that's it. I know asking the internet on what to do is sometimes not a good idea, but I am willing to take the chance. Maybe you can help me figure things out.